everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashmita and I hope you all are doing well. And yes, I will be talking about the Malayalam film Antakshari, which is currently streaming on Sony Live, and it stars Saiju Kurup in the lead role, and the movie is directed by Vipin. Now, because it's been a while since the movie has released, I will be going into mild spoilers, but not much because essentially this is a mystery, like a crime thriller film. So yeah, if I give out all the spoilers, then yeah, what's the point of the review? So this movie deals with a serial killer, and yes, whenever a movie deals with a serial killer, you know that firstly, the very first thing that I see is how the movie has been edited, and if this movie is able to keep me on the edge of my seat. So that's my basic thing as a viewer that I want to judge the movie on, specifically when a movie is based off of serial killer, which puts certain clues in certain areas where we can also do the guesswork and we can try and figure out what is the connection between the victims and all of that. So was this movie able to do all of that? Was this movie able to keep me engaged and keep guessing? Yes. But was I completely satisfied with the conclusion? Not really, and we'll get into more details about that. So Saiju Kurup is the lead of this film, and he's of course a circle inspector, he's a police officer, and he has a very unique way of dealing with people who have committed a crime. And that unique method is by playing Antakshari. So, he will give a letter and then you have to sing a song from that. And unless and until you're living under a rock and don't know what Antakshari is, well then Google it. So I found that very unique and sort of funny also that yeah, the person who has created a menace or a nuisance or done a crime will be waiting in anticipation that, oh, it's probably gonna get beaten, and suddenly the officer says, okay, sing a song. Yeah, that is quite different. And the title sort of fits the context also, because you're dealing with a serial killer and you kind of don't know what the modus operandi is, and in Antakshari also there is a sense of uncertainty because you don't know what the other person is going to sing next. So in that way I really like the analogy of the title of the film and the context of the film. Now, as I mentioned before, the movie is actually very engaging, and I will not give the biggest credit for that to the writing, but I will give it to the editor. I don't know who the editor is because I tried finding that in IMDb, but the editor name was not given. So whoever is the editor for this movie, big props to you, because I feel it is the edit that kept me on the edge of my seat. Yes, the writing is also there, but what I found a little bit negative about the writing is that there are way too many subplots, which by the end of it did not make any sense to me. And I am personally a huge fan of subplots. I love when a movie has a main plot and it has various subplots, because it makes the movie more complex. It gives nuances to the overall writing and the screenplay. But all these subplots need to come together and merge with the main plot and have a conclusion. If you are putting a subplot, it needs to somehow connect to the main plot. It needs to somehow conclude with the main plot. That is where the payoffs are. But here the payoffs were not there. I couldn't figure out that, okay, why the subplot was needed, just for an additional scene? Then probably more focus could have been put into the character building of the main plot, specifically of the serial killer. I don't know if that, I feel personally as a viewer that would have made much more sense. Or maybe this is probably just my view, that the makers were trying to show that at every level there are various kind of harassment that people face, and it leads to trauma. And after facing that trauma, there's a section of people who can move on probably and endure it, and there is a section who absolutely cannot move on, and then they resort to doing all of these things. I guess that is the message that the makers were trying to give. So yeah, in those aspects, it does leave me a little bit confused. Cinematography of this movie is fantastic, even the BGM, but I feel when it came to technical aspect, the cinematography gripped me more. The entire climax sequence fight and how it has been shot and lit specifically in the night time to create that sense of mystery and a little bit fear, I enjoyed that a lot. Performances wise also, I have really no complaints, and I was so happy to see Saiju Kurup in a lead role. Where I was a little bit disappointed was the antagonist character sketch. Initially when I was seeing the antagonist story, I was invested, but by the time the reveal happened and the motivation was made clear, I don't know, I couldn't feel any emotional connect to the guy. It could be because there were way too many other characters characters that were involved. Like I said, the subplots did not conclude with the main plot. So my attention was probably wavering, and by the end of it I really did not bother about the antagonist. I don't know, I feel, I could be wrong because I have not seen any news article about it, but the way this movie ended, there is a possibility that there could be a part 2. It seems to me like there is a possibility that there could be a part 2, and maybe at that point of time the other characters are explored in a much in-depth manner. I could be wrong about it, please clarify in the comment section. But in terms of viewing experience, I did enjoy watching this film because the editing was so well done that it really kept me hooked to the screen. So yes, those were my thoughts. I'm happy with the overall movie. I'm just not happy with so many characters unnecessarily being there. So yes, with that, I will end this video here. Those were my thoughts on the Malayalam film Antakshari. Please share in your viewpoints in the comments below, your opinions, if you liked the film, if you did not like the film, were your expectations met or not. So yeah, that's it guys, that's it. I will end this video here. Hope you guys watched till the end and enjoyed this review. I will see you soon now on my next video. Bye!